Hello to everyone, this is Seb and welcome to another vlog thingy. And look at this, I have a new microphone. So now I can too look completely pretentious using a microphone in a way it was never intended for. But I know what you're saying. Seb, that's way too minimalistic. You need to add as much crap to a microphone as possible if you're the real deal. Or actually use the most impractical microphone you can find. So here's a quick tip, guys. If you really feel like you need to hold a microphone, get one that's, designed for the purpose. It feels better, it sounds better, and you don't like a complete doofus. Now, we don't need this because I got my new one. And this is a little test case here. See how it goes, how it sounds, I don't know. But yeah, I've noticed that I tend to move a lot especially when I'm streaming, which is not nice because the audio goes in and out, and I needed to find something where I could just have constant audio, and hopefully this will work because I'm so close to the screen. And now this time, if I'm talking against something like this, you should still have something that gets picked up instead of my bigger microphone that just forgot where I was, or well, it's still new, but couldn't pick me up. That microphone will still be great for voiceover, however. I also left on my computer, and my tumble dryer is on, just to to have an idea of how this actually sounds like, and what it does pick up and what it doesn't, because these lav mics, lapel mics, lavalier mics, if you will, they are omnidirectional, so they tend to pick up a lot of stuff. I also need to test how much I can actually move without it being too disruptive. I don't know, but one thing that is great, now I can pace around and you can still hear me perfectly fine, or you should. I can even go to the toilet and forget to mute it and such. Yeah, that's just a matter of when, isn't it? Anyway, there's no wall yet. I am sorry. I mean, there is a wall, like this perfectly fine wall. It's a good wall. It's been there for, I don't know, over 60 years. Never let anyone down, I don't think. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, would we? But it's aesthetically not as pleasing, so we need to still find a solution for that. Maybe a green screen would be cool. My desk is nice and high now. Grizo is over here on the cabinet next to us. Let me show you where Grizo is. I've got like a shelf. I can actually keep talking and you can hear me. But yeah, I have a shelf thing there where I can put my things on. And there's Grizo. Hi, Grizo. And he can potentially dive bomb us at some point during a stream, I suppose. I'm kind of surprised he didn't do that already, but things are still a bit new for him, so I guess he's just testing things out for now. And there's a scratching post to the side, but of course the part where I don't want him to lay down, that's the spot he has chosen as his main spot. Of course, you might have seen another thing there that I want to show off soon. So that'll be fun. This is also kind of hilarious. This came in that with the microphones, a little certificate, that it's quality checked and so, but it has a date, 1651. That's an old microphone, man. Can you imagine? Like, this is just past Shakespeare's time. In his time, those actors had to really use their voice on the stage, didn't they? Anyway, I have a box here, so why don't we undo that of its contents while we're here? It might be fun, right? Because I did pick something up here, which is CDI related. I did not have this yet, and I saw it. A friend of mine was selling this, and I figured I wanted it. So let's just unbox that and have something else to do in this video as a little test case. Why don't we? Am I doing this right? I don't know. Yeah, there we go. So more noise for the microphone. It's actually very close to the microphone. This might be very loud. I can cut it out always. I can cut it out. Anyway, I need to see if I can actually find that which I was looking for, which is right here on the top, which is really cool. Let me just place this over here. because I did not have this in a box set. I have some spare things here and there, but not the actual box set. It's of little use nowadays, unfortunately, but it's the CDI internet pack, which allow you to, I think technically speaking, you can still use it, but it allows you to go online with CDI, which was pretty cool. I never used it back in the day. In my house, we went straight for cable in 1997, which was pretty awesome. Let me tell you, that gave me a huge advantage when I did play online. Like, I still sucked at Quake 3 Arena, but at least I died a bit before anyone else notices, you know? Big advantage when it came to early online gaming, because you basically had no lag and everyone on the modem just saw you warping around all over the place. So yeah, CDI was a system capable of online functionality. It was mainly used like a internet box for your TV. You know, kind of what you got on the later PlayStations and Xboxes, you know, having an internet browser for your TV. CDI had that. It was pretty cool. Even has the original like paperwork from whoever bought this, but yeah, and I don't want to potentially dox anyone, so just gonna get rid of it. And the manual, cool, like kind of like all the Philips stuff from back then, the CDI related things at least, all had this kind of uniform design, which is kind of cool. So yeah, you have a modem here. I think this is like the slowest modem you could actually get. Like even back then, I think this was a pretty slow modem. 28K, is that correct? If I remember correctly, it wasn't the fastest dial-up modem you could get. And the cables, everything is super complete here. Like I don't have any. Well, I do have a plug in the wall still for these. I don't use it though. And a nice long big, wow, this is like what, 5 maybe even 7 meters. This is a big cable. Cool. And the wall plug and the is this parallel? It's been a while for my old connector bits. Another manual and a little leaflet, but all right, it was in the box because it was separate. You do get this little thing. I do have this somewhere, but it's basically just a demo talking about the capabilities. But with this pack, he did add another 2 discs, which I think actually came with this. I'm not entirely sure. So here's CDI Online 1, which, you know, lets you go to the World Wide Web and search. And there were multiple releases for the CDI or CD Online stuff, but I think this is the most common one. And over here there's disc 2, and if you look at disc 2, you see game. And that's actually something that I did not own. There's also multiple releases of the game on other discs for CD Online. But yeah, this was a game called RAM Raid, and that is actually a online game for CDI, or it was. It's no longer accessible because you had to dial in. I've never played it myself, so I don't have first-hand experience, so my knowledge on it is limited. But as I understand it, you dial in and you actually got served the levels through the server. So unfortunately, those data packs are lost to time. So even if you can bring the CDI online today, you can no longer play this game in its online functionality. But it does have some offline functionality as well, where you can practice. So I can show it off at some point, which I do want to do. And this actually was the basis for another game of CDI, which was released later, which is Atlantis: The Last Resort, which I also have never covered, and I should really do. But yeah, really awesome pack, because I did not have this pack. I think I have a loose modem somewhere. but not with all the cables, not with the manual, which is always nice to have, not with the box. So I'm super happy with this set, and especially with the game, because I've never played it and I want to check it out. I've played Atlantis, and this is basically the same thing, just a different kind of visual aesthetic. Were there other games that you could play online? Well, no. Unfortunately not. However, there are a select few games or titles, not so much games, like this one over here I quickly found on my shelf, that do feature this little logo here, which is CD Online logo, which means that this disc does have some online functionality. This is a disc release for the European Championship of Football, soccer for you in the US in 1996, and it basically gives information about the history of the European Championships and our Dutch team, of course. And what this one allowed you to do was just go online and download all the match data as it was happening and just save it to your CDI. So you know, it was kind of cool, a cool idea to use some very early online elements in 1996 in a home entertainment set instead of a dedicated computer, which you know, was pretty cool. There's not many games of these, because by the time, I think the modem was it already out in 94? I think it is a 95 thing. I'm not entirely sure though. But anyway, it wasn't long after that Philips just pulled out of CDI in general and didn't develop it any further. So very few games or titles actually make use of any online capabilities. But it is kind of interesting to see that there are some. Another thing that's kind of good about this thing, like maybe at some point I can actually invite someone here and we can do something together, because look, I have got two of these little thingies to transmit audio to the camera too. So that's kind of cool. You know, I will need someone, for example, to play some Mad Dog McCree for me. That's for another time. I just wanted to make a little video here to actually test out my new microphone thing whilst I fiddle again with the box to see how that comes out. Probably not great, I am sorry. But yeah, this is part of testing, isn't it? I still need to get a way to get my computer below this desk. We made a nice box with, and we put some wheels on it, you know, to lift it up from the ground. But with the box and the wheels, it was too tall, so it didn't fit. So I need to wait for another frame to arrive. So, you know, that sucks. But when that's here, I will place my PC under here and I will start streaming again, I hope. And then we finally get rid of the wall in some capacity. Gries is still lounging over there. Aren't you coming over, Gries? Here he comes. Here he comes. There we go. Hey there, Grieso. How are you, buddy? I think you can only see his tail. Oh, you can kind of see his back and his head. Yeah, I have a tablet here to actually monitor what the camera is seeing, because the viewfinder I wouldn't be able to see it. Of course, Khalizo is now in front of it, so I still don't see what was happening. Anyway, guys, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you kind of enjoyed this little test thing. Ooh, the neighbors are doing something. Oh boy, maybe this wall doesn't have a long life after all. Listen to that. Anyway, great for the testing purposes here, I suppose. Anyway, as I was saying, thank you very much for watching. Hope you kind of enjoyed this little thing, this vlog thingy. Want to do more of these kind of talking head videos, because I kind of enjoy doing that as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in another video soon. One of mine, one of yours. And until that time, take care. For now I say the muzzle.